What happens when a script from what has to be the 80s makes it to the Amazon studio right when Amazon is begging for a hit?
You get a very stereotypical action movie.
Find out next on Trees in Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trees in Space. We're the show that we watch and review movies, and we tell you what the fans think, what the critics think, and what we think. And is it worthy of a forest, a tapestry of beautifulness, a grove, or just a couple twigs to start a fire? I am Jason, and that is Nate. And in case you missed the thumbnail, this week we watched the 2024 action the beekeeper, the person that keeps bees.
Yeah, he kept bees.
He did keep bees, and it's a little on the nose. Go ahead.
A little on the nose.
Well, let me explain to the people what this movie is about. Okay, this guy, we don't know nothing about him. He keeps bees, and he's the farmhand friend of the lady that owns a big house. And then she gets scammed by some internet people, took all her money plus the money of an account that she was in charge of, even though it wasn't her money. And she was so distraught that she unalived herself. And that made him mad, obviously. And he was bringing her honey, found out she was dead, and he stole the honey back. And then he made a phone call and found out who the bad people was, and he went on a killing spree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do we really need to go on? I mean, yeah, this movie is exactly what you just said it was. And you know what? I hated it and loved it almost at the exact same time.
I understand your feeling because I felt the same way. There were parts I'm like, that's a pretty cool scene. That I love action scenes when they're cool.
Right, but then there's this like come on,
folks.
Yes,
like I mean, not to jump all the way to the end, but the goddamn oh yeah, he knew the whole time he was gonna go out that back window and get over the fucking railing and then go into the goddamn dirt and pull up and then he knew there's no way that man had that much time.
Oh,
no way.
Not only that, but well, I don't know because apparently time works differently in this movie because it happens in a 2-day time period.
Don't they fucking sleep?
The first part only happens in a 1-day time period, which I'm like, oh my god, you cannot get to. I'm not sure where Springfield, Massachusetts is,
but it's further west than I am.
Okay, so how long did it take to get from there to Boston? Because in this movie, it takes maybe 20 minutes.
It takes probably about 3.5 hours, maybe 4.
Right. So the most unbelievable thing to me, there's a lot of unbelievable things in this movie, but it's an action movie. And not to ruin anything here, but at some point in time, the president of the United States is there. And he, the beekeeper, has to break into the area that the president of the United States is in. The chances of him getting into the sewer system, breaking open the sewer system, and getting underneath that truck at that particular time, immaculate timing. Immaculate timing.
You could set your freaking watch to this guy. This guy, Adam Clay. He's Jason Bourne. He's the accountant. He's freaking John Wick. Yeah, he's all three of these guys. Oh, he's Batman. He doesn't believe in guns. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill any of the good people.
No,
he's a vigilante.
He is. He cleans up the hive basically, but it just got too extreme in my opinion. Is like I get the fact that he was gonna go do things and revenge his friend's death, And that'd been cool if it was like just to a certain company, but as far as it went and how he did it just so simply. I mean,
Yeah.
I loved the I don't know why the daughter was in this at all, really, except chasing him.
I mean, I think it's, I don't know, it ties it something together, I guess.
Right, because I mean, I guess they can have a part two where she's like in trouble or something. I don't know.
Oh, I hope there isn't a part two.
Well, I can tell you this.
I really hope there is not a part two. There's no more story here.
No,
He just goes back to be retired. Like,
yeah,
just that's it.
he was retired beekeeper too. But there's
Now,
a scene. Go ahead.
I say I have a question.
Yeah.
When in the very, very beginning, did you know that you could pop a fluorescent light bulb into a bag and then electrode the ends and it'll friggin' electrocute whatever's in the bag?
No,
That was freaking, that was awesome.
that was
I
all.
want to do that. I want to do that. I want to copy TV.
I also didn't know that honey was flammable, but apparently it is.
You know, I had that same question, and some reason I feel like I knew that honey was flammable.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I almost looked it up, but I didn't want to mess up what we were doing. So I let things play out, but I feel like I know that. Did you mentioned how the the woman unlived herself, but it's because she got the call from a call center, right?
Right.
People really fall for that shit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I get my sister-in-law and my brother and stuff. They'll get messages on emails and phone calls, and they don't fall like that easy. But they'll ask me, "Do you think this is legit?" I'm like, "No, that's definitely not legit." I mean,
Okay.
yeah, they do.
That's
Especially
crazy. Like,
they don't know computer stuff.
I felt so bad for that poor woman, but she almost, look, she almost made it. She
She did.
almost made the call. She's like, you know what? Maybe I should call the bank.
Yep.
And I would have been like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I don't care about you. Like, yeah, you got me far enough. Like, I don't
Right.
know. I just thought mostly all old people were um, like rude. I don't want to say rude, but like untrusting.
Well, they are, but they
Trusting.
don't. Yeah, they don't know much about computers like that, so they see it and they trust it. I remember the very first time I was on a adult video site. Not the very first time I was at one, but one of the times I was at one, and my camera came on, and it showed me on my camera, and it says, "This is the FBI or whatever it is." Like, you have access to unlawful whatever. You know, um, click here to whatever, so we can you'll be fined and something. I was like, it scared the shit out of me. I was like, so
Close.
I close all, and then
Yeah,
I came
close all the
back.
windows.
And I turned it, opened it back up, and it was still there. And I'm like, the FBI wouldn't do this. They wouldn't warn me that if I was doing something illegal that I'm doing. I'm like, this
No,
is
they're
a
just gonna just show up.
yes, this is a very good scam. Scared the shit out of me, um, but that was so yes, it's especially for older.
Was that the last time you visited a porn site?
That's my visit to that porn site.
Fool
This is
me once, shame on you. Fool
this
me
is before
twice.
Pornhub and ChatterBait and all that kind of stuff. It was before all them. It was called what are friends called in Russia? Comrades. It was called Comrades.
Oh,
Yeah, but the most not I always say the most unbelievable part, but the one-legged guy in the
that was
fight at the end.
funny.
That's a bad man. He's a tough ass man.
You
But
know, he's a tall ass man because Jason Statham in this movie is 5'10",
okay,
and that man had a good what 7-8 inches on him.
well I don't know. He was good, definitely taller. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because he had one leg longer than the other. I don't know, but not the point that he's a bad man, but he has the knife out and he says to Jason Statham, "You're just a man." And Jason Statham said, "Yeah, I know." No, he's not just a man. He's not. He's more superhero, like you said. He's Batman.
Yeah, insane. Like, it made no sense. And that dude almost had him. Dude, this guy, how can he not get shot? Literally, he's got like Fortnite freaking overshield and like splash times 10,000 on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing's gonna hit. Like, he gets stabbed. Really? That nobody. Stormtroopers could hit this motherfucker.
Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
That's why he doesn't like guns, because they never hit him, so he don't think he can hit anybody with a gun.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not accurate. No gun is accurate. You can do it all with your hands.
And that brings up a good point with the FBI guys and the DEA and all those people. When you're getting punched and you're wearing the suit, you know, we wore Kevlar. If someone punched me I don't think it mattered. It's like,
right? Especially if you had a plate.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be hard to fight one of those. That's why they were losing, because they were wearing this crap. They can't fight.
But there's no look. If he punches one of those plates, he maybe breaks one, but he's not breaking two.
Yeah, he's gonna break his hand too. I mean, and it's gonna spread the punch from your right here in your stomach to your whole body, so it's gonna not really affect you.
Right.
Yeah. So it was just. I mean, they had some really good action set pieces. Like, I think a director said, "Hey, well, with this set piece and this set piece." That don't make no sense. I don't care. I want a freaking Gatling gun oozing the back of a car at a gas station.
And okay, at the where they at the FBI building in the very beginning.
Yeah.
When the building gets on fire. Did you notice the actors in the background? When
he caught it on fire?
So yeah, the daughter and her partner, right? They're sitting at their desks, and there's background actors.
Yes.
Did you notice what they were doing?
I did not notice what they were doing.
They were fixing a leak. Why was that the acting choice, the directorial choice? Like, oh, we got these actors, we might as well just, toss them in the back. Yeah, we'll have them fix the leak.
Realism?
Well, one of them had a badge. It's crazy. I hope it gets inserted so everybody else can see it. It probably will. I guarantee you it will.
Well, I know one of us will do it, which is you.
Yep.
Well, if there are any other thoughts you have, go ahead and share them now before we move on to the.
Oh yeah. So this movie, right? Supposed to be in Massachusetts. Inspection sticker totally on the wrong side.
Really?
Yeah, it was on the
detail.
It's on the driver's side. The sticker itself is correct, or it looks correct, but it's on the left side like New Hampshire would be, not on the right side where Massachusetts is. And then I guess that's all I got.
Okay, well, let's find out what Rotten Tomatoes has to say about this movie.
I can't wait.
And the first 5-star review comes from Jennifer B. Statham manages to be both brutal and sweet in this surprisingly heartfelt action film. The concept of so much carnage over scamming the elderly should almost verge on comedic. But somehow in this film it works and the results are spectacular.
She's not wrong.
No, she's not wrong.
1 star or less. This one is from Lee C. Terrible script. The entire premise is just stupid and unrealistic. Overall, bad movie, almost as bad as a John Cena movie.
Now, hang on. I've seen some pretty good John Cena movies. I've never seen a good movie John Cena was the star of, but I've seen some pretty good John Cena movies.
I liked Ricky Stenicki.
Daniel C. Great action movie with a very unusual plot. It was both interesting and suspenseful without being predictable. well, wasn't predictable as far as like you're going to the White House or whatever. That was kind of unpredictable, but it was ABC action movie.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't know Jason Statham was going to get out alive and kill or whatever his objective? I don't think there's ever been a movie where he didn't succeed. The last 1 star or less comes from Dave, and the action is pretty nonstop. He manages to fight a complete SWAT team within 10 seconds and take out an SEAL Team 6 in 15. Superman would be in trouble. It was so bad we laughed and started coming up with ridiculous possible next moves, which he surpassed. Like, I think Deadpool would lose to him. Please make it stop. It was real bad.
That is an excellent comment, Dave. And I love you, David. That was super. He's surpassing. Deadpool's gonna lose to him.
Yeah, nothing's gonna stop him.
Oh my lord, that's
Not a goddamn thing.
that is excellent. I love that review. One of my favorite ones I've heard. Okay, Michelle M is bringing us the what the f. I like Jason Statham. I haven't watched in many of his movies.
Come on.
Don't. Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's all right. He wasn't shirtless. That's a stump right there. There was no shirtless Jason Statham. Why make a Jason Statham movie if he's not going to be shirtless?
Well, I think he's also he's our age, not our age. He's my age. By the way, folks, I am quite a bit older than that gentleman right over there. Rotten Tomatoes did score this thing at a high 71%. That's the critics, and the audience. That lady was right. It stayed at 92%. I can't believe it at 92%.
I feel Rotten Tomatoes was very fair.
Right. So, I notice I say so a lot.
I saw me all.
I watched this movie. I enjoyed this movie. I mean, it was an hour 45, and we've said this a lot about a lot of movies. Probably could have cut 15 minutes off of there. There's a lot of filler of action that really didn't need to be there. The acting was fine. It's what it is. It's an action movie. It's a Rambo. It's a Predator. It's not as realistic as Predator, but but it's a good enough action movie that I'd watch it, and I'd tell a friend to watch it if you like action movies. And I'm gonna give it 2 trees.
Yeah, what you said something in the very beginning of what you were saying. Do you remember what it was?
I said that it could have cut 15 minutes off of it.
Thank you. I think they shaved exactly as much time as they could from this movie. I think this movie was perfectly seated right where it was. It was fast paced. It just kept on moving. Like you said, it made the trip from the 3-hour trip to Boston feel like 20 minutes. Like, it was right, succinct, to the point. I loved it. And like you said, it was an action movie, and I feel like I haven't seen a good action movie in a while. Like, it kind of felt nice. With that said, I am actually going to agree with you, but give it a stump. I'm going to give it 2 trees and a stump. It's kind of right there in the middle. It's a C. It's a C movie. Like, go take a look at it. Maybe you'll aspire to become a beekeeper yourself, just not killing or harming people.
Well, you have now heard from my LP Nate and myself and what we think of this movie, The Beekeeper, on Amazon. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please
tell your friends.
What was that? Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Yeah, bring them on over. Expand the hive.
Expand our hive. And also check us out on social media. Check us out on TikTok, which is the
trees_in_space.
We will see you back here next Monday for our next movie review on Trees in Space.
What?